Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Star Wars Starship Collection Invisible Hand. It is set number 75377, comes with 557 pieces, and was released on March 1st, 2024 at a retail price of $50. With the return of the Starship Collection, aka MIDI scale, I'm sure there are quite a few people other than me who are quite happy that LEGO has made sure to represent ships from the prequel trilogy in the collection. Although I'm sure people were kind of hoping that we would get a Venator-class Star Destroyer first. Despite this set being the very first time LEGO has ever done a official Invisible Hand set. Taking a look at the box art, you can see the entire ship in its full glory, along with a nice reddish orange hue in the background. Very fitting for that opening shot, that opening scene in Revenge of the Sith. Actually, just Revenge of the Sith in general. That reddish orange color fits well, considering the red lightsabers the Sith. But again, that opening scene with the Battle of Coruscant, on the reddish orange hue, in that all black box art looks absolutely fantastic. And of course, since this did come out the same year as the year LEGO Star Wars celebrated the 25th anniversary, it does have that R2D2 25 years of LEGO Star Wars this logo in the top right corner, and it has that same bluish gray laying along the bottom of the box. So take a look at the side of the box. We get a full frontal view of the ship looking really good, and we get another view of the ship in the back of the box, along with the dimensions of the set being 11.5 inches or 30 centimeters long, or 7 inches or 17 centimeters high, while sitting on the stand, along with getting a shot of the invisible hand straight out of Revenge of the Sith. It does have the box does have the thumb taps, so you do have to damage the box opening it up. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs of cards. I'm actually surprised. I was expecting only 4. We do have a small sticker sheet right with those red and the black stripes and the CIS symbol. And 1 instruction manual, once again with that same head-on shot of the ship. Opening it up, we do have a ad for paper bags in a set without paper bags, along with an ad for the Lego Builder app. And once again, we have a little introduction for the ship by the Lego Star Wars creative director. Again, not going to try to pronounce his name. Good couple of shots from the movie here with Anakin, Obi-Wan, and R2D2 locating the Chancellor's location via the hologram, and quite the shot of half the ship getting ready to land on Coruscant. Although I do like the reversal of that scene with the tagline, "We're still flying an entire ship" on the page. Next up, we have a little more of that breakdown, seeing the full set, much like it does on the front of the box, along with a shot of the ship via Anakin's cockpit, along with seeing Obi-Wan's ship being absolutely covered in the buzz droids. And we got a page, once again, celebrating the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars, and then straight into the build. Got a couple pages of the parts list, and then the completed build. No ads for other sets. So we'll go ahead and jump into the time lapse of building this ship, starting right now. Alright, the build is done. That took about an hour to get done. I started work at 10:30 at night, finished up right around 11:30. Already, I gotta say, I do love the look of this ship. It does get a bit repetitive in some places, especially where you're putting like all the tiles and uh, these modified like these like almost like cheese slopes pieces with a one by one tile attached on top, where it's like you got uh, the light gray and dark gray and the blue and dark gray striping. But it does look pretty solid, and I must say, one thing I will say does feel a little weird is like this almost faded yellow colors there's here on top. I honestly don't remember those being there. But anyway, we'll take a look at the ship from bow to stern. You do have a Lego minifigure ice skate piece here, right here on the top, right here, right there on the nose. Actually, you find out there's another one right all the way in the back. You got the bridge here with the the one by one half oval tile and the transparent green. Although it's kind of attached there by this one by two plate with a clip on the front. Which, to be honest, actually, I gotta be honest, that kind of makes me nervous because I found one thing I found out with these minifigure esque hand clips. They tend to. I've noticed that they tend to break, due to time and stretch. So while it certainly works, I can't help but feel like sometime down the road that grip is going to break. Because like I don't know, 5-10 years down the road. Ooh. Yeah, but other than that, you do have the nice, good-looking superstructure or all along the top, where you got the one by two tiles with jumpers. You've got grill plates. You've got more of the clip pieces. Yes, you got these one by one circular tiles with the nubs on top. I honestly don't know what those pieces are called. Of course, you got the observation tower where Dooku held Chancellor Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious. They got the window for that via the one. Here, let me. Yeah, there we go. You got the window there via the one by two half circle tile in a transparent color, and then of course you got the whole thing attaches via the usual clip system, to where you get that good angle. Taking a look at the back, you got all three engines, and underneath on the bottom, yeah, you got not only the just took off that ice skate piece. There we go. Okay. Well, you do, like I was going to say, you do have the curved bottom there on the front part of this ship. Also, the smaller tower underneath the ship. Oh, one thing I almost forgot. Since this is technically a 25th anniversary set, it does come with the, I believe, uh, let's see, two by three brick ink with the printed 25 years of Lego Star symbol. Plus the printed tile with the Lego Star Wars logo and invisible hand. What isn't printed, unfortunately, are these yellow and black stripes here, and the CIS. There's a symbol both on the left and right side of the ship. Admittedly, I will say I think I actually got those stickers on pretty good, but I will say they are small stickers, and plus with the CIS symbol, it's a small sticker on a curved piece. Not exactly a fun thing to do. And who knows? Maybe negative backlash from those stickers might be why the new Acclamator ended up getting fully printed pieces, no stickers whatsoever. Anyway, this ship does have a couple of Easter eggs. One easy to get to, one not so much. I think I'll go with the not so much first, because you basically have to take off this entire panel just to be able to see what it is. Get my light over here. There you go. Now you can kind of make out. Anyway, the ship does have the full open hangar, which I can't help but feel like might not be so structurally sound. But you notice with a couple of brown pieces here, that's supposed to represent a 2 scale MTT, and you also can kind of make out a couple of 1x1 studs in there. Kind of hard to. Okay, now you can kind of see. You got a couple of 1x1 circular studs there. One in dark red, one in yellow. Both of the and those are supposed to represent Anakin and Obi-Wan's Jedi starfighters. Like I said, rather difficult to get to. Actually, yeah, with the exception. Actually, no. I was gonna say, with the exception of the Superstar Destroyer, it's probably the hardest of the Easter eggs to see. But actually, now that I think about it, I actually think this one might be a bit more difficult to see the Easter eggs, and since you have to take off the whole time, even with once you take off the whole and the whole side paneling, again, it's still difficult to get to make out. The other Easter egg, fortunately, is not hard to do at all. Much like the invisible hand in the movie, grips in there kind of tight, but whoops, we lost something. Much like the invisible hand in the movie, you can make this thing split apart, and it actually splits apart right around the same place it does in the movie. So that makes me very, very happy. It's just held on there with a couple of those minifigure hand clips and there with these same new pieces I actually first saw in the Lego 2K drive sets, where those clips can grab onto them, and it's just super easy to get back on there. It grips on pretty tight. There you go. Good. That's where you attach the stand for the ship, which unfortunately, unlike most of the other ships, you can't really have the ship just sitting on its own, especially due to that lower observation underneath observation tower. Actually, you can kind of get it to sit there. And one thing I am happy to say is that basically they've basically kept the same design for the stand and on all of these Starship Collection. And it's nice for that little bit of continuity there. So that is the full ship. We'll go ahead and do a couple of comparisons right now, starting off with not only the only other of these Starship Collections sets that's $50, but also ironically also the only other prequel set, the Acclamator class assault ship. Comparing it length-wise, the invisible hand is a good deal longer than it, but that acclimator is also quite a bit chunky. Plus, it uses quite a few more larger pieces. But comparatively, I would say yeah, they are kind of they do kind of feel like they are worth the same price. Because even if I believe the invisible hand has more pieces, like I said, the acclimator has more larger pieces to it. Next up, we have the $70 Home One Star Cruiser, which actually, one thing I was quite surprised when you compare these guys is that despite Home One being a little bit longer, it's actually comparative to that as well. Actually, more. Actually, the invisible hand compares more to Home One, lengthwise, than it does the Acclimator. Even though Home One is $70 compared to the Invisible Hand's $50. But again, take a look. Home One is a bit more. It's a bit wider throughout the ship, while the Invisible Hand is a bit thinner. And then you also have, of course, the behemoth of the Starship Collection sets, the Executor Superstar Destroyer, which which, like, comparing the Superstar Destroyer to the Invisible Hand is like comparing the Acclamator to the Invisible Hand. And only this time, the Invisible Hand is the smaller one, and is a little bit more comparable because the Invisible Hand has the special has a special tile with the 25 years of Lego Star Wars, whereas while the Super Star Destroyer has is the Return of the Jedi special plaque. Oh, one thing I almost forgot to mention with this Acclamator. One thing I remember when I went to the Lego store, I basically struck up a little conversation with one of the employees there about the Starship Scale Collection. Is that hopefully, from the sounds of things, both the Invisible Hand and the new Acclamator have been selling very, very well. So he said he wouldn't be surprised if it's only a matter of time before we finally get that Starship Collection Venator. Although I did mention that there are times that, well, Lego has proven that they don't always do the most logical thing when it comes to Lego Star Wars. But again, fingers crossed. So for $50, I actually really like this guy. Again, I probably would have preferred getting a Venator before the Invisible Hand. But for Lego's first time at building this guy, they did a fantastic job. The detail also look good. Scale seems good. Again, the two things I wish were a bit better off was the accessibility to the hangar with that MTT and the Jedi Starfighters, and again, that clip with the bridge. I don't really know how to do it better than they did, but again, I'm just not sure how well that thing's going to hold up in the long run. But for $50, this feels pretty good. If you can get it at use some VIP points to knock it down to 45, even 40, even better. But if you guys are a prequel fan, and I would certainly pick this up. Again, from what I've heard, both Invisible Hand and Acclamator have been selling rather well. So I'm hoping if we keep these guys selling really good, hopefully Lego will realize we want more of these prequel Starship Collection sets. So who knows? We might get ourselves that Venator, or maybe a Lucrehulk, or maybe I don't know, maybe like I don't really know what like a Munificent or a Recusant. I don't know. Who knows? I guess we only have to. I guess all we can do is wait around and find out what they do. Well, that'll be the end of this video and this review. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and see more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.